Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm here to talk to y'all about how inflation has affected college students, just like y'all. The problem, it's the rising price in food, the rising price in gas, the rising price in housing, and the rising price in groceries. We see gas here a month ago, 3.76, now 4.27. That is a 51-cent increase. That's big. 2.51 cents, that makes $1. It's a pretty high margin. Groceries, $100 worth of groceries in 2014 now cost $127.50. That's $27.50 extra added to your bills. Everyday trade-offs through time. Students are spending a lot more money on gas and food, which leads them to have less money for their own expenses, whether that be in their social interest or that's just buying clothing for a normal day. It also leads us to more stress because we have to balance the workload on top of our schoolwork, and we overall have less time to study because we have work and we have certain hours that we have to be at our jobs. The hidden effects. Students, like I said, they have less time to study. They have about 33% less time to study throughout the day. Having a job, it's like splitting your day into three rather than splitting your day into one and two and just cutting it kind of down in the half. It's 33% instead. There's a mental strain. You might wake up, say you worked till 10 p.m. on a Tuesday, and then you have an 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning. You're gonna wake up less rested, and you're overall just not gonna understand the material in front of you because you're gonna be sleeping and dozing off. Another thing is less social life. Without having the money and without having the time, you're not going to be able to kind of build that social contract between all the students and all the college students. And this is going to make less networking, even. You're going to have less networking ability to talk to people and reach out to people about jobs for future occupations. And lastly, college becomes survival, which is basically saying that in the eyes of college students, in the minds of college students, we feel that we are pressured day by day, that we got to get this degree, we got to get this degree in order to make it in life. However, I feel like in the first 2 years of your college years, yes, you're in college, and yes, everything is true and real, but I feel like you still need to be able to have that open, clear state of mind. And also, wages just simply haven't been as high as they need to be. If we had wages rather than 10 to 12, more like wages 12 to 14, then students would be able to provide for themselves a lot better. And how can we fix this? The first would be affordable housing. If we cut the housing market down $100 from the 825 market it is at right now for college students, then college students would be able to afford more on groceries, afford more on tuition, and have to work less because they're able to provide for themselves with less money. Another thing would be flexible jobs. We need to make sure that students are able to have that balance of workload between work and also school. And another thing would be financial education, whether that is a class that teaches us how to invest, and it teaches us what to do with our money, and it teaches us how to manage our money. And then inflation relief programs, we need to make sure there's programs out there that are student focused that will help students if they don't necessarily have the money that they need um, to make themselves successful and make college less of a hardship than it needs to be. And lastly would be these supportive policies for students. We need to make sure students are getting the support, whether that be through a loan. We need to make sure that students are getting the support they need in order to have cheap and reliable housing. Thank you. Good job.